What's up? What's up? How's it going out there? We are live on Capital Sports Network. Let's go. What are you all doing out there today? Alexander Mitrovic will miss the game. Big news there. Sunday for Fulham. Massive news for me and for Manchester United. Wait for plus money to get here. But I'll start to look through the games today. Here's the schedule. Not a huge schedule, but there are some decent games today. Maybe I'll get a chance to watch a game or the second half of a game. Maybe I have to tutor at 2:30, so it's what it is. Rayo Vallecano couldn't get the goal. Bastards.
They can beat Real Madrid, but they can't score one goal on Celta Vigo.
They got about 8 cards, though. I was just talking about the Manchester United big win yesterday. The first half of that game was atrocious. I was actually doing a show at that time, and I settled down and watched Valencia 3-0. I settled down Juventus 1-0. I settled to watch the second half. The second half was fantastic. There were 6 goals in the second half. I mean, it was just really good. You know, United went down 1-0, and then within 15 seconds of the restart had a goal. They kicked the ball in their own net, and then 5 minutes later had another goal. I mean, it's the worst own goal of it. Like it was a great game though, so that was pretty good. Today there's a couple decent games. The Borussias are playing in Bundesliga. Lyon is playing Nice. I don't know where they are on the table. Let me see.
Like beside each other, I think.
Yeah, Lyon's starting to climb. They're starting to play better. They were really bad at the beginning. Like Giannis over there in Lyon. Was a little bit frustrated, but they are starting to play well. But I mean, just look. I mean, this Lens team still only has 1 loss. They're just not going away. Every time I watch them play, they have really young attacking players. Pretty interesting. We'll look at that. We'll look at that schedule later. But Lyon plays Nice. Birmingham City plays Sunderland. I don't know about this Turkey. One of those 2 teams in Turkey. Is this your team?
Trabzonspor?
No, the other one.
Oh, Ankara-Gucci.
Which is the one we had to watch when they're at home?
Hatayspor.
All right, Hatayspor.
Hatayspor and Fatih Karagümrük.
All right. You know what? That league, Petrolul is leading that league.
There's no Cluj. It's fine. We don't need to look at Romania. There's no Cluj.
Oh yeah, they're not. They're playing well. All right, so just quickly, we're going to look through today before people start yelling at us. The championship, Birmingham, Sunderland. Both these teams stink, I think. Right? Birmingham's not playing. The championship is so crazy. This Birmingham City team is so bad for years, and then all of a sudden here, they're 3 points out of the playoffs, and maybe they make a run. You never know with these teams. You can't bet that.
It's still 30 games to go in the season.
Unbettable at this point. Let's see what we got here in France. It always goes to the futures. I don't know why it does that. Oh, yeah. Lyon minus 129 at home against Nice. It's a weird line. I guess it's more about because of the way Lyon's playing, I would think, right? They lost.
Yeah, Nice has actually been a lot better lately too.
Yeah, I don't think I like that game. I don't think I like that game. Bundesliga. How about the Bundesliga? Any play on Dortmund here?
I don't like anything today, man. I'm actually like so sick of these leagues. I just want the World Cup to come. It's getting too
The problem is,
wonky now.
yeah, I mean, I just we'll talk about the weekend here. So no Mitrovic for Fulham on Sunday against United, which is great for me. And if you want to bet Manchester United, but I mean, it's like some of these guys are just sitting out to protect their World Cup spot, and it's like I get it, if it's like but like United's paying you, like Fulham's paying you, like go play.
That's what I mean, right? Like all these, you've seen all these injuries. Mane is actually in the World Cup squad, even though he had that scary injury. And then you got guys like Son out of the World Cup, Chilwell. Now players are getting scared. We're like a week, 2 weeks away.
So we'll start with the weekend now. Then if you don't, I don't really love the games today either.
Yeah, no, I hate them all.
I was going to look at the Eredivisie games. Sometimes there's a lot of goals, but I'm just going to stay away. I do like a football game today, though.
One of the college football?
Yeah, real quickly, we'll go to that. USC. I like USC to win that game by 30. I think USC covers that.
Yeah, Colorado's pretty bad.
Yeah, and total points by USC over 40.5. That's a little high, but I think they cover. I think they just absolutely annihilate the team today. So if you're looking for a college football, and maybe the better play might be USC over 26.5 in the first half. Is there a spread in the first half? Let's see a first half spread. I would like to bet a first half spread. But you can't. So we'll go to soccer. I do like, I think USC scores at will in the first half there. So I think that's an interesting bet. And they're not, not playing in the rain, not playing in a hurricane here. I didn't even see the final score of the game last night.
It's like 22 to 15, I think. Something like that.
Who won?
The Panthers.
I saw they were up like 13-0. Yeah, there's calls for the entire NFC South to be relegated at this point.
Yeah, somebody has to go to the playoffs. It's
Why?
an under 500 team.
Yeah, I think Tampa. I think Tampa's gonna. I think that game the other day was big for them. I think they're gonna start to turn. I knew they're not been great, but I think they're gonna start to turn it around at this point. Like kind of like that last second drive to beat the Super Bowl champions could. It's one of those games that could turn you around, although they could stink. So I just don't know.
I think he's just done.
I think he's good. Yeah, I think he walks away after this year. Although, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy that he went back. But maybe the thought is that he went back and that's why they got divorced. But maybe they were having all kinds of problems, and he said, like, screw this, I'm going back to play. If you're going to be like, if you're going to be like this, I'm going to go play. So, it could be, it could be the other way around. I think sometimes, they just think that's what caused it. But I feel like that stuff just doesn't pop up like out of the blue. So, who knows though? How do you know what witches think? I just don't know.
Yeah, she's got the hex on him. I don't know. I think he only came back for that accomplishment he just got. He's the only player in NFL history now to have over 100,000 passing yards.
Wow.
So there you go. The second next player is Drew Brees with 85,000. So nobody's catching Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Not now with the money that these guys are being paid. Now why would you play that long? The crazy thing too is Brady's got a $375 million contract waiting for him to do the games.
That's the other thing, right? Like, so maybe some of these guys are just crazy like Brady in the sense where I need to play till I'm fit. Like, look at Justin Verlander. The guy's ancient, and he opted out of his contract with Houston and says, I still got like at least 3 more seasons left in me.
Yeah, and he's got what's her name at home, right? Kate Upton.
Oh yeah, that's right, Kate Upton, the face of GTA 5.
Yes. Do you like any of these games on Saturday in the Premier League? There's 4 different windows of games, which is pretty cool.
It's very MLS schedule like, but not MLS schedule like.
Yeah, and then only the 2 games on Sunday. I like a few games here. I don't know if I like any really of the early games. I like the 12:30 game, and I like the 2:45 game. I like the Newcastle Chelsea game, and I like the Wolves Arsenal game.
Same.
Yeah. So what do you think about this Newcastle Chelsea game?
I think we can both agree that Newcastle is going to beat Chelsea.
Yeah. This Newcastle team only has 1 loss. They're plus 17 goal difference.
And they just got guys back from injury too. So it's like these players, they don't even really need to rest guys because these players like St. Maximime and all these other guys that have come back from injury, they haven't really been playing that often.
They just won every award, by the way, for the month. Almiron's Fulham volley was the goal of the month. He was the player of the month, and Eddie Howe was the coach of the month. This team is, I can't stress this enough. They're at least a year ahead of schedule. I think this is going to be one of these teams where they're going to go out in January and bolster the squad. But the squad's been pretty good. But I think they do need some players. If some of these players go down, I think they're in trouble. If Almiron goes down, if Trippier goes down, I don't think they're deep enough. Guimaraes, they got Alan St. Maximum back. They haven't had Isak at all. But this is a team that I think they finished top 4 at this point now. I've kind of changed my thinking about this a little bit. I think they finished top 4. I don't think Chelsea's any. I really just don't think Chelsea's that good. I think they're going to struggle to make. They'll finish ahead of Brighton, I think, but I think they're going to struggle to make top 4. I think they're like Liverpool a little bit.
You don't think Pulisic is scoring the game-winning goal in this one?
Things, man. This squad is, it's not terrible, but like Reece James being out hurts him. Chilwell being out hurts him. Fofana being out hurts him. But like, who's good in this squad?
How many games has Fofana actually played for Chelsea since coming over from Leicester? Has he played a game yet?
Yeah, 2. Yes.
My God.
No clean sheets.
And then he got injured, and he hasn't played since. So
who's scoring? That Chukwuemeka kid is pretty good, but he's been injured. Like, who's actually scoring the goals for this team? Aubameyang stinks.
You got guys like Aubameyang mouthing off before the Arsenal match, and then he just gets completely like shut up on that one.
Yeah, this Broja, I thought he was pretty good with Southampton. I think he's a little bit, I think I missed a little bit on him. I don't think he might not be Chelsea's level. Sterling doesn't score enough goals for me. They don't have anybody. Havertz is a midfielder. People are down on him a little bit. I actually think he's not bad. Conor Gallagher was great with.
Half the time they got Havertz playing up in the striker position.
Yeah, I know. Like these guys, like they're all like, look at like these are all the same player: Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount, Havertz, Gallagher. like they're all the same player. Sterling, like they don't have anybody. Like this is the problem with Manchester United as well. Like although Anthony Martial comes back, if he could just stay healthy, like he was great yesterday. And Rashford when he went to the 9 was good. Like Bruno scored a goal. If they could just get, I just got told by not yet. I just got told on Twitter that by someone knows someone who knows the hairdresser who knows someone that João Felix will be coming to Manchester United in the.
Wow, you guys are just raiding everybody you can. Hey, you got to go to Atletico Madrid now.
You're a mess. Atletico, I think
some of their players. You guys going to take Griezmann while you're at it?
We would have. He's a big United guy too, which is
Didn't they try to do a swap in the transfer? Like he was for Ronaldo.
Yeah, yep. He was gonna. He's old now. I mean, I think he would still do a job, but he's on a lot of money. But the roster is just kind of you look through this roster and it's just got old. I mean, they were so good. I do feel they won a couple La Liga titles over the years, and they won. I kind of wish they would have won one of those. I bet both of them Real Madrid, so I was happy that they didn't. Like they when Ramos scored in like the 93rd minute, I had Real Madrid to win the tournament at plus 400. So when they won and they scored the 3 goals in extra time, it was great. But they should have won in 2016. They lost in penalties, and Griezmann missed the penalty in the regulation. But this roster is old. I think they're going to start selling. Oblak will go, Felix will go. They're not good enough in the.
Yeah, they made some weird moves. Like they picked up Axel Witsel, who was already past his prime for a while.
I think they're just trying to get through. I mean, the price. So they're out of the Champions League in the group stage, so they're going to lose some money here. If they happen to actually, right now they're in 5th. If they don't make it to the Champions League next year, I think they're gonna start kind of a fire sale here and maybe regroup. What's his name will probably go. I mean, it's just so competitive now. Villarreal. You look at this table: Villarreal, Rayo, Osasuna, Real Betis, Atletico Madrid, Bilbao, Sociedad. They're all fighting for 2 Champions League spots. So it's just a nice cup draw for us at home versus Bournemouth. Yeah, good one for us. We got Burnley as well, like the day after that game. So yeah, you taking Newcastle here on the money line?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I had Arsenal when they played Chelsea. I wasn't afraid to take Arsenal on the road.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to go against Chelsea on the road. That's for sure.
So we both like Foxy's Newcastle. I like the 2:45 game. Arsenal against Wolves. I just don't know. Let me see what Arsenal 1-0 is.
Yeah, so we both agreed on the Newcastle, right? That was your side. Okay, good.
Yeah, Arsenal 1-0 is plus 160.
Is that what you're leaning here, Arsenal?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Wolves.
Yeah, I like the -1. I think they got it. I think they just got to smash.
Yeah,
they haven't been winning big games on the road lately, but I think the Wolves are a team that's like I don't see them putting up too much of a fight offensively with Arsenal, especially on that good defense. And I think Arsenal could probably just rout them here. They should be able to.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Any thoughts on the Liverpool-Southampton game?
I mean, it's at Anfield, so you'd think Liverpool is gonna get some help winning that one. Southampton's been a tough out though lately.
Yeah, they're a weird team. They have a new coach.
They keep drawing these big matches. So.
Yeah, I'd probably stay away from this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid not in Europa. No, AB, they got knocked out. They're in. They finished 4th in their. Let me see.
Yeah, no, they got straight up kicked out of everything.
Yeah,
didn't Leverkusen get the Europa spot?
Yes, Leverkusen beat them on head to head because they had the same goal difference.
And then Bruges and Porto.
I know.
How does Atletico finish 4th in that group? It's just pathetic.
Atletico tied Leverkusen 2-2. I think Leverkusen went through on away goals. No, Leverkusen beat them 2-0 match day 2. Yeah, look, that's one of the things now. I think this is, look, they're going to fire sale. João Felix, Oblak. I mean, they have some players, and then, some of the older players, maybe they'll keep or whatever, but they're not going to keep. I think it's a rebuild here, and I think Simeone probably leaves. And it's
more terrible.
Yeah, it's going to be the end of an era for this team that's been very good, because I mean, you look. Let me see.
I doubt they'll sell Murata though, because I think.
Yeah, they won in 2013, and then they won in 2020. So they won that title in 2020, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, they're done. I think that they just got the stadium built. I think they're in a lot of trouble now. So, all right. Anything on the Sunday games?
Man, Foxy just hates your team with like a burning passion.
What do you? I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
That's
Foxy must be thinking of like St. Maximin or something like this, or one of his guys. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
That's just a straight hate-filled comment right there.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Sunday's game, Brighton is -127 against Aston Villa. I thought Villa wasn't terrible. I mean, they beat United, and then obviously 4-2 game. I'm not sure about this line. I know Brighton won last week, but I'm not sure about that. And no Mitrovic. I would be on Manchester United in this game. Obviously, if Martial's going to play and some of these people are going to play up top. I like Manchester United in that game if there's no Mitrovic. So, do you like either of those two, or?
I would lean to Man United, but I need to see. I would need to see who's playing.
Lineups.
Yeah, Man United's like a weird team to me. If they take out a few starters, it's like they're a completely different team.
La Liga. Where is the games?
Oh, there's no La Liga. It's Copa del Rey.
Oh, that's right.
This weekend.
Cup games.
All Copa del Rey. I like how La Liga does it backwards. They're like, no, we're gonna have match day for La Liga on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll throw the cups on the weekend because that's what people want to see.
Well, the crazy thing is too for the Copa. I mean, I don't.
Just like 500 games. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It looks like a college basketball day.
Oh, it's the first round.
Why would you put that on a weekend? Maybe because it's right before the World Cup. But don't they play one more time before the World Cup starts? No,
they're done.
It's done after this weekend. They're getting a full 8 days off, I guess, or whatever.
There's 115 teams that started. How many fixtures? So 55 games.
Yeah, it looks like a ton.
So it's 55 games. The second round, 28 games, is December 20. It's the same thing. They come back from the World Cup and they do the same thing as the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup next round is the same way.
Just go.
Yeah, let me see Carabao.
They just go for it. Don't even have time to travel back.
So the fourth round is Groundhopper guys. Let's see. Fourth round, December 20th and 21st. The quarterfinals are January 10th and 11th. I don't need a. Just let me see the thing, man. Semifinal. Yeah, look, I don't really.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, look, I don't need to
sign up for the email.
And the games are going to be December 20th, 21st, 22nd. So there's 8 games: Wolves, Gillingham, Southampton, Lincoln. That's what I was going to say. The Copa del Rey games, surely one upset there, and it's huge odds for some teams. Yeah, with the 55 games, I don't even know how you sift through it.
Surely one upset. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be an upset in there, but good luck finding it.
So many games.
It's like a needle in a haystack. That's like saying, hey, there's going to be upsets on college football game day. You just have to search through the 100 games to find your 120-point underdog.
Danger at all goofy times. Sunday, 6 a.m. Like, I don't even know, man. Yeah, look, I mean, I would probably say probably, but I'd have to look a little bit closer at some of these games.
I don't even know half of these teams. These are like
it's third and fourth division.
Yeah, it's like La Liga 3 and 4 most of these games.
Wow. Yeah, it's
we got Foxy's eyeing that Otal to beat Mallorca plus 3,300. I know he's eyeing that one.
Yeah, the League Cup is 2 days. Yeah, it's the World Cup finals the 18th, and then the second round on the Sunday, and then the fourth round is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, it's crazy.
How about I don't even know, is it Almazan plus 5,000 against Atletico Madrid?
Might not be bad. Talk about any Bundesliga games here you like? Schalke plus 1,600 against Bayern Munich minus 670.
Schalke plus 1,600. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I probably won't be taking that plus 1,600. That's for sure.
Freiburg plays Union Berlin. It's second place versus third place. So that's actually an interesting game. Freiburg is huge favorite here, plus 100.
Yeah. That's an interesting one.
Union Berlin, who doesn't give up a lot of goals, is minus 121 for the double chance.
They gave up quite a few against Augsburg.
Yeah. What else do we have?
Yeah, I don't know. These German games aren't the greatest.
Lowell's minus 230. I'm gonna look at this game. Loans minus 230.
Clermont Foot is not that good.
Clermont Foot. Let's see what Clermont is at home. On the road. Not terrible on the road. They actually have a plus goal difference on the road. Loans is the best team in the league at home. They're plus 11 goal difference. They're very good at home. Loans win 2-0. What is Loans win 2-0? Plus 138. It's not bad. Although this league has goals. I got to figure out, man. They want me to go to this Princeton Penn game on tomorrow.
Princeton Penn.
And I'm like, my other choice would be like stay home and just watch games all day on like my first day off and like forever. So it's not really a choice, to be honest. Lons -1, -143. I might throw them in a parlay with somebody. I think this team is very good. EJ, what's up, buddy? Fresno State game under 61. Let's see. Is that that's tonight, right?
Yeah.
Fresno State UNLV. There's actually some. Let me take a look at that. I know because Foxy wants to bet some college games now, and we gotta get him some
NBA prop bets for Foxy.
Fresno State 5-4. It's actually they're very good in the conference though. UNLV doesn't score a lot of points. The last 4 games in the league lost 14-10, 44-21 to Notre Dame, 42-7 to Air Force, 40-7 to San Jose State. Fresno State scores a lot of points. They beat San Diego State by 4. They beat New Mexico. They beat San Jose State. They held Hawaii to 13 points. I'll be honest. I mean, from those EJ, I probably like Fresno State a little bit. I do like USC tonight. I think they annihilate Colorado. I think they got to score. I think they have to. ESPN matchup predicts there's 98% chance for USC to win the game. Their only loss is by 1 to Utah. They're still in this playoff hunt. When you look at the rankings here, Ohio State plays Michigan. They're going to play. Georgia already beat Tennessee, who has a loss. Oregon, USC, LSU right now has 2 losses. If USC runs the table and plays Oregon. Is there no Pac-12 title game?
Yeah. It's there's no divisions anymore.
So there's no title game?
No, there's a title game. They took the divisions away because they want the 2 best teams in there. They don't want.
So it's just it's first against second that plays in the title?
Yeah. They don't want because what's happening, for example, in the Big Ten, Michigan and Ohio State are in the same division. Only one can go to the title game, and then what? They got to face an Iowa or Illinois. Come on, that's not your 2 best teams in the Big Ten. It shouldn't be your title.
If that game ends up being close when they play, and that if Michigan's only loss is to Ohio State by 3 or something like that, they may both get in They may both get into that game, but USC has a chance here to get back because if they beat Oregon in the final, obviously they would have the head-to-head win in the championship game. So they're still alive here because these teams all play each other. Ohio State plays Michigan. TCU's got Texas. They play the games. Obviously, if TCU wins out, they're in because they're unbeaten. If Georgia wins out, they're in. Obviously. If any Ohio State, Michigan wins, they're in. Any team with 0 losses at this point is getting in the game.
It's so messy though, because after this year, the committee, if they didn't want the playoff expansion, they're going to be begging for it after this year because there's a chance that right now you got LSU as a 2-loss team, but because they beat Alabama and I think.
If they win
their division, they get to play Georgia in the title.
If they win the title game, I don't see how they get in with 2 losses. Though that's the problem.
That's the thing, though. If they beat Georgia in the title game, tell me how you keep LSU out of the Final Four, beating the number 1 team in the country. But then, how do you keep Georgia out as a 1-loss team, considering they were so good the whole season? This is why you need 12 teams. This year couldn't have happened more chaotically than it did. It's actually crazy.
Yep.
Because then I also agree with you. You got Oregon and USC who aren't even getting any talk.
The problem's going to be by the time these these playoff rankings come around, there's going to be like two. There's only going to be like 2 unbeaten teams, and then everybody else is going to have 1 loss. And you're going to say, well, who's getting in?
Yeah.
My guess would be Georgia and Ohio State stay unbeaten. I think everybody else loses.
I think Michigan's going to beat Ohio State.
Oh, you think they beat them again?
Yeah, I just I don't know, man. The running game is strong for Michigan.
I think Fresno State covers here 9.5. I think that's an interesting play. EJ, why do you like the under? Just because UNLV can't score, right? You think it's gonna? I think it's probably going to be like 31-10, something like that.
Well, if it's a blowout, it stays under for sure.
Yeah, I just you see. I mean, they haven't really scored a lot of points.
UNLV's got to score at least like 20 in this game for it to get over.
I'm not sure that they do.
So it's basically EJ. It's up to, do you think UNLV is going to score more than 10 points or not? Because
I mean, they scored 7 points, 7 points, and 10 points in 3 of their last 4 games, and then 21 against Notre Dame. It was not any good.
Have they been at home in those games though?
They were on the road at San Diego State. They were at home against Air Force. On the road at San Jose State. Their wins are against New Mexico. Stinks. They were 4-1 to start the year. They beat Idaho State. They lost to Cal, 14 points against Cal. They beat North Texas, Utah State, New Mexico. So,
wow, you start the season 4-1, and then you're not even going to make a bowl game with 2 games left in the season.
They should beat Hawaii, but who knows? I don't think Nevada's any good this year. But I think that's probably a good play. I would maybe go here. Fresno State and under. That's a 2 plus 250 parlay. That's not bad. Although I just maybe take that there. Let's see what that is. Plus 210. Fresno State -7. I don't even know if you need to do that, but you could. 6.5. So it covers. That's. I don't know what that is. Plus something 190 something. 95. It's not bad. I to be honest, I'd probably just leave it at 9.5. It's under the 10, so that probably gets you. That's a plus 250 parlay. That's not bad right there. And then maybe throw USC -27 in. That's plus 400. Be a little bit safe with that. Get it all the way down to 24.5 if you want, but I think 27 is probably safe enough. 27.5 actually. We'll go 27.5. That's plus 408. I don't mind that. It's not a bad parlay right there. So there you go. A little college football today on the soccer show. What else do we got? Let's go back to the. You have any other any other leagues you're looking at?
I think the Knots game is pretty interesting on Sunday. They're even money against AC Ajaccio, and Ajaccio is just a bad team. Like, I know I'm not the biggest fan of Knots, but like if they're at home, I don't mind taking them. It's when they're on the road, it bugs me.
Only 1 loss at home. Jackie, 4 losses. Yeah, some of these other games aren't great. Angers, Lille, Angers. This is a tough week to bet because you don't know who's going to play.
I know. I just want the World Cup to come, man. Like, I'm so done with these teams not winning games they should be winning.
Porto minus 295.
Everybody's just trying to stay healthy. That's the other thing too, right? Like the guys that are going to play, how do you know they're going to be as aggressive as they normally would? Trying to avoid injury.
EJ, Fresno State getting into the high 20s or low 30s. I don't think points come easy for Yonavi. Yeah, EJ, I think the 9.5 and the under is a pretty decent play in that game. I like that game. I like the USC game tonight. This parlay here with under 61.5, UNLV, Fresno State 9.5, USC minus 27.5 at 400 looks like a pretty decent parlay to me. Foxy, most of them play about 10, 11 or 12.
And it's bowl season.
And there's bowls and stuff, and the better teams will play an extra couple games, 2 or 3 maybe, so you can get to 15 games.
Yeah, the ones that go to the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah, the playoffs. The there's about another 3 weeks maybe of the regular season, and then the first week of December is usually the playoffs for all the different leagues all over the country, and then they figure out the bowls. They play all these bowl games from like December. Yeah, I'll show you.
Pretty much the Capital One Bowl Mania. But you need basically this is a great time to bet too in these last 3 weeks, because now you need 6 wins to go to a bowl game.
So here you go, Foxy. Here's the bowls starting December 16th, Friday, and then it's absolute carnage. Hometown Lenders Bahamas Bowl in Nassau, Bahamas. It's actually, you get to go to Bahamas. Duluth Trading Cure Bowl in Florida. Wasabi Fenway Bowl, Fenway. Cricket Celebration Bowl. PUBG Mobile, New Mexico Bowl. So Saturday, December 17th, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So that's 9. There's one on Monday, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Tuesday, there's 2. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl on the blue turf in Boise, Idaho. Roofclaim.com.
I hate that field. It hurts my eyes. I can't watch the game when it's on.
Fox, you got Friday. You got Friday, Saturday. They skip it for pro on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, December 24th. They skip for Sunday because it's Christmas and the NFL. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Skip. There's like the New Year's bowls.
There's no, not this year because it's an NFL day.
Oh, okay.
Monday, January 2nd, the Cotton Bowl, the Citrus Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and then the championship game. So these two.
Which ones are the college football playoffs this year? Because I know they always rotate them. Is it the Citrus and the Rose this year?
No, it's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. So they play at 4 and 8. So it's great. Like the Fiesta, it's usually the Fiesta Bowl game, or I don't know. They
Interesting.
So they play on this New Year's Eve. Up until New Year's, like whenever the ball's going, there's like a college football game on. But they're basically starting on December 16th until here on January 2nd, there's a game every day except for there's at least a game every day, usually 3 or 4, and then on Monday, January 9th is the final. But they do these pools, Foxy, where you got to go in and you got to pick. It's like 40 games, right? So you got to pick every game, and you pick. Sometimes you have to pick them with the spread, and sometimes you just pick the winners, because it's hard enough picking the winners of these games, let alone because some teams, if you have a running back or a quarterback that's going to go to the pros, like they don't play in these because they get ready to go. They don't want to get hurt.
Or some teams get mad because they didn't get into a certain bowl over the one they got into, so they're like, we're not going to play in this one. Yeah, and the other team's all hyped up because they're like, we're in a bowl game.
Yeah, yep. I've bet a bit of NFL, but the games seem pretty unpredictable. I have a bet for Vikings NFC winner at 13-1. Foxy, this year is like the craziest year for like these games. Like I just don't know. They're very unpredictable this year. So I agree, it is like that. But yeah,
I think the Vikings are the biggest 7-1 fraud in the NFL.
Yeah, they might be.
They've had what, like all 7 of their wins within 1 score.
Foxy, you just said your bet is garbage, man.
It's not garbage because they have a good team and they have a chance to go deep. I just think everyone's going to start hopping on the Viking band with, oh, they're 7-1. Kirk Cousins, they're so good. They're not. They're really not as good as their record.
Yeah,
they're going to win the NFC North.
Yeah,
sure.
and I still think the 49ers are probably when they get healthy are one of the better teams.
Yeah.
And we'll see here, but so that's basically the scuttlebutt there, Foxy, for the but it's pretty cool once again because they have these pools, like $10 to get in, $20 to get in, and like 50 people do it. So if you win, you get whoever has the most points, ends up with $600 for $20. It's not bad.
They have the free ones where you can win $1 million if you get everything right.
Yeah, yep, yeah. They have they do that for the NCAA basketball. If you pick the basketball bracket, if you pick the NCAA basketball bracket perfect all the way through, you win like $1 million or like $5 million, and it's just like nobody ever gets close.
Yeah, Capital One has one for the bowl games too, though, like all 40 bowl games, and then you got to pick the winner. That's it, no spreads, but it's 40 games. You literally have to get all 40 right. So
it actually should be more than $1 million if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't know exactly.
So impossible. Any college basketball games today you're looking at here? Or?
Next week I'll be looking at college basketball. Still,
Michigan State plays Gonzaga today at 6:30. Interesting game.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Duke's got a tough game against South Carolina upstate. I mean, you know who that is. North Carolina's minus 20 at home. They didn't cover the other day. Yeah, Foxy, they do have.
I didn't know that.
There's a tournament. It's I think it's this month. To be honest, starting next week, there's a bunch of tournaments during the week. It used to be during Thanksgiving week, so in 2 weeks. But now next week there's tournaments, and then the following week there's a ton of tournaments.
When England gets their NFC division in the NFL, then you're going to start seeing schools like Oxford coming over to the Big Ten, play some college basketball. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Here's the so you got Asheville Championship, Myrtle Beach Invitational next week, Shriners, U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam next weekend. Into the following Jersey Mike's Jamaica Classic, Continental Tire. These are all next week. Sunshine. Then these go into the Thanksgiving week. Cayman Islands Classic, Gulf Coast Showcase, Maui Invitational. That's always a very good tournament. Empire State Classic benefiting Wounded Warrior Project. Hall of Fame Classic. There's one Fort Myers, SoCal. Where is the England one? Vegas 4, Cancun.
He said Kentucky, Michigan, Maine, and Marist.
That's not bad. Here it is. Oh, there's a London Basketball Classic as well here with Manhattan, Princeton, Northeastern, and Army West Point. But that's actually a pretty good Kentucky, Michigan, Marist, Maine, and London. That's pretty good. I feel like this Phil Knight Invitational is very good. North Carolina's in it. Michigan State, Alabama, Oregon, Villanova, Iowa State. That's a big time game.
good teams.
Phil Knight.
Even this one, man, it's got some good teams.
Well, they got this Phil Knight legacy. There's 2 different brackets of this. It's basically the same thing, but it's 16 teams, but there's 2 brackets. So Duke and North Carolina both there. Florida, Purdue.
Duke and Gonzaga, man, that's going to be.
So that bracket has Gonzaga, Duke, Florida, Xavier, Purdue, West Virginia, Portland State, Gonzaga. And the other bracket has North Carolina, Portland, Iowa State, Villanova, UConn, Oregon, Alabama, Michigan State. So yeah,
big ranked teams in there.
Yeah. Big time. These are all at the same time too, like all. So it's like wall to wall games. So and then remember, you got the World Cup. So
oh God, this is why I'm not ready for college basketball yet. There's too much. Get me to bowl season. I said I need bowl season.
Yeah, Foxy. I think. It's interesting. I don't know if it's because of the rise of the IPTV or what it is, but I feel like American sports are starting to get bigger. I know NBA and NFL is bigger. NBA, a lot of people watch it over there now. Basketball, I think, translates well because of soccer. But
well, basketball, they have the Euro League too. They basically have like Champions League there.
Yeah, yep. But I think people now, because they're watching the NBA, and I said, hey, do you guys watch college? They're like, no, not really. I'm like, look, man, you got to watch college because these are the guys that are going to be playing in the NBA in a couple of years, and the games are a little, they're a little more unpredictable.
It's like 2 different games each half.
Well, and the other thing is too, like there's less games, and like NBA, sometimes back-to-back games, the teams just don't even care. Like they get blown out by 30.
They don't play defense either.
It's a joke. I mean, those games.
These players are trying to prove themselves, though, why they should be drafted. So they play defense, they work hard, they do all those things that they need to do. And then they lose it when they get to the NBA.
Exactly. All right, so here we go. What is going on here? That's right. Bonk it. All right. Sounds like Joao Felix is coming to Manchester United. There you go.
You just got another report?
Yeah, same person. So a lot of stuff going on. So starting next week, what we'll do is we'll have I know we're gonna have Paul Hurst from the Times in London is gonna come on someday later in the week, next week, maybe Wednesday. Seems to be Spain, Greece, Serbia, Turkey that dominate Euro basketball. Crazy atmospheres as well. Yeah, look, Foxy, if you like crazy atmospheres, college basketball is where it's at. I mean, the games are they run, upsets. They rush the court, sometimes. It's collective, more like it's young kids and stuff. So the games are great. I've been to the Final Four. I've been to a bunch of games at North Carolina, Rutgers, all over the place. The games are more. I feel like the people care more. NBA is clearly it's better because it's the pro players, but it's the crowds aren't the same, blah blah blah. The players, blah, it's just more. If you like how people sing at games and stuff like this, I feel like college basketball is kind of where it's at. If you get a chance, to watch a few of the games. Starting in like January when the what do you call it comes around, like the conference games. Now it's tournaments. They're playing in neutral sites and stuff like this. So, you don't get the same kind of backing or whatever. So it's crazy. Somebody always watches this on my Twitch. So I got a Twitch, and I never really know anything about Twitch, but I always post it, and someone always watches my shows on Twitch. So
I don't know if they're allowed to comment. That's why.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Twitch is a little weird. They have this thing where you're not allowed to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. It's got like a 24-hour rule. I don't really know too much. I know a little bit about Twitch because I know a lot of gamer friends that use it, but Twitch.
Someone always watches it.
That's some weird rules.
Yeah. Someone's always watching on Twitch, so I gotta look more into it. When I have a little bit of time. So, all right. So we'll be back on Monday. We're gonna start doing the World Cup previews. We'll probably look through groups. A and B, maybe we'll go through each day and pick a couple groups, and we'll go through the games, and we'll go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, Friday, whatever, and we'll figure it out. So just remember, if you have any questions, make sure you're contacting us. Our Twitter handle's right there. And you can buy his picks on BigAl.com and Pick Advisor. I finally remembered them. Mine are up there. No one ever buys them. They always win. They never push my picks. It is what it is. But I don't have to. I may go to. Maybe I'll talk to Big John or something like this, or one of these guys, and we'll figure it out. Get these picks out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we should figure something out. All right, so thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.